I wanna be with you everywhere. This will go out this week to somebody. Well, who am I? Keep you down. These will go out this week to you guys. If you feel like hanging around this week. We did some testing this morning. Micro dose dust. Testing. They come and they go. These guys right here just took a rando sample out of the bag. Had to grind it up super duper fine. Super duper fine. It's like a powder. Testing. A little bit stronger. This came out at about 12 to 14%. This came out at about an 18%. This fruit's about 18% psilocybin. To wrap around your dreams and have you any dreams you like yourself. Think of loneliness and the heartbeat drives you back. And the stillness of remembering, oh, won't you love? Oh, won't you love? Oh, won't you have? Won't you love? Thunder only happens at the Detroit Marsh Lab. There's only love you when you're growing shrooms. They will come and they will go. And the rain won't chase you clean no more. It should be, Red Boy. You're a little bit late, aren't you? That's a week and a half ago, bro. Girl, only happens when it's raining. Of course, I had to wear this because I'm testing all morning this morning. Is there a Chris here giving him donuts? Are you guys? Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Red. Mexican Red Boy, get me your address. Your box is still sitting here. It's been here for overdue. I should have returned it. You guys know if I can't get your information in 24 hours, I got to do something with that box. It can't just sit around here. There's 17 boxes sitting over there right now. I'm not going to lecture anybody, though. I'm not going to lecture any of you guys. 17 boxes sitting there. Good morning. So yes, we've been testing Matt Leonard, I don't need your information. No, anything for, there's nothing here with your name on it. Well, let me check that before I say that. No box with Matt Leonard on it, so it must be poof. If there was one out, it's out. No Matt Leonard box. And don't make me check each one individually. There was 1 day or 2 days where my email was down and I gave everybody in my IG address to reach me at. So let's be forthright and impeccable together. Here we go. Okay, so let's talk about tracking one more time. We'll probably do this weekly. I print my own labels here. I print my own labels right here. How it works, how my system works is the minute I get your address, I open up an email, I see your address, boop, I print the label. Okay, hold on. I write all the information on the back of the label. Right here, whatever the information for that order is. I write on the back of the label. And I have a stack of labels. And by noon every day, every label that I have is on a box with all of that stuff in it and out the door. If it's a prize box, as soon as the show's over, many of you see, I send you your tracking immediately. That box goes out the door between noon and 2 every day. I make a trip to the post office every single day and drop off packages from the ones that I've printed here. At the end of the day, I don't have labels sitting around. how my label got generated was by you sending me your address. If I don't get an address, I can't make a label. Once I get an address, I make a label. I put it on a box and I bring it to the mail every single day. Now, guess what happens at the mailbox, at the mail? We get to walk past all the people standing in line with all their packages and everything, and we get to go over to the express window. We go over to this express window. No, I'm a little frustrated, Big J. I'm not mad. I'm frustrated because it's questioned all the time. It's questioned daily. I have to write these explanations to everybody. And I think people forget this is a very risky business, and I'm taking most of the risk. Every time I drive to the post office, I'm taking a risk. 5 times a week. A lot of what I do here, I'm taking a risk, and daily I'm questioning, did you do it? It's a patience game too on your end. It's trust and patience on your end. Okay? But here's what happens. I take it to the post office. I drop it off at their special window for me, or for prepaid labels. Prepaid. I've done all the work for the post office. We put it in their window. Guess what they do? They're supposed to take every package, scan it, and put it in a little mail thing, and then push it and put it on the truck. They don't do that. I've been down to the post office 3 times talking to the postmaster. Would you please process my packages? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. They sweep up all those packages. I'm dropping off 20 to 30 a day. They sweep them all into their cart and roll it right onto the truck, and they don't scan it. So you're sitting at your end, looking up the tracking, and you're saying, Pops didn't send it. And I'm at my end going, I sent it. And meanwhile, the post office didn't do their job, but it's on a truck, and it's heading to you. And you'll find out, almost every single one of you, the day after you, Pops, where's my package? It's not tracking, it's on your front porch. Correct me if I'm wrong. The only reason you should be expecting a package from me is if I didn't send you a tracking number. If I sent you a tracking number, your box is on its way. Period, end of story. After that, it's in the post office hands, out of my hands, and in your patient hands. And in the meantime, don't make me sit here and look at this. Those are boxes that I'm waiting for addresses from people out there. Giveaways. 2 of the boxes are over a week old. And I have people saying, Pops, where's my package? So, let's be very straight here. I cannot do this business if I'm not being impeccable. I cannot do this business if I can't be impeccable. And I'm trustworthy. And I do a very, very good job. And I make mistakes. I make them. Usually when I make a mistake, you guys find out and you get extras. Okay? Oh, I'm sure Mossy wants to do a giveaway now. I'm a little frustrated. And it didn't come from nowhere. It didn't. It came from a constant stream of lack of trust. I trust you guys when I send them. I'll take a deep breath, MVP. I'm sorry. Now, we'll do this once a week. I'll explain the mail to you guys once a week. And you know what's going to end up happening? I'm going to get 3 emails today saying, Pops, where's my package? So, you're hearing it come out of me, and guess what? I'm sitting here going, I have the right to say this to you guys. Not most of you, but some of you. Most of you already get it, and you're just as great as can possibly be. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to those of you that send me an order 8 hours later. Pops, how come it's not in the mail? Well, it is, because I've got it in the mail between 12 and 2. That's my system. Pops, I'm missing one capsule. Yeah, I did a bad job of counting that day. Brock, do you want to talk to him for a couple minutes? Go ahead and talk to him.
Sure. Morning, everybody. Morning, everyone. Morning. I deal with the same thing. Some people just can't sit on their hands. Look at it like this, okay? You gotta look at it like this. We're still doing this for 2 years. 2 years. Not once have any of our packages ever not made it to where they're supposed to be. Every address we've ever gotten, we've shipped, and it's gotten there.
Or we fix it. If there was a mix-up.
Alright? Now, if we get bad addresses, sometimes that happens. Sometimes the addresses include apartment numbers, and we goof up apartment numbers because it's, it happens, and we fix it. But never once has any package never not made it to where it's supposed to be. I get people that have gotten ordered from me 4 or 5 times. Hey, about that package, I can time it. It's annoying. I'll say that. It's annoying. Because we respond and operate better than Amazon. Like I said, every package we've ever sent has made it there. And we're taking the risk on our end. You guys are taking risks on your end. We know that we get mystery mail and different payment options that happen and so on and so forth and blah blah. It's a business. It's a business, and we're trying to figure out the personal and the business and the line of it all. And we get to talk to everybody, day in and day out, and so it's like, oh, we're doing this with our friends and such, right? But you got to realize that it's business. We have things we got to do on our end. You have things you got to do on your end, and a lot of it still adds up to every single order, package, thing that you wanted from us, you've gotten. But we're still gonna deal with the ne'er-do-wells and the people that don't really pay attention, and we've got the fake accounts because they don't want us to know who they are, and it's like, well, if we don't know who you are, then how can we help you? And so it's, I don't know. We don't sell drugs, all right? We don't do that. But we take care of ourselves out, here. We can't ship internationally. I can ship a birthday card internationally. So there's rules we gotta follow. So sometimes, some weekends, Pops is supposed to go fishing. And Jeff called it off, and it's like, because it's just not the right time to go fishing. So he's here all weekend, and I'm dealing. My Huskers lost. The one team I root for, the one team I follow them every year. They through the 90s into the early 2000s, and Ndamukong Suh, leading one of the best Heisman candidate defensive players ever, and my team lost to a Sun Belt team, and now we have a new coach. some time later. We don't have our old coach, who used to be our old quarterback. So, we got a lot that happens here other than just orders, too. We got football to watch. We got dogs to take care of. We got houses to clean. We got other things to do. So, I don't know. I try and help out as much as I can. And I still get it from people. Hey, where is? It's there, promise. Alright? I'm gonna get out of here. Eric, hi.
Thank you, Pete.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Let's move on to another subject. With full transparency here, there's 61 people. Give me 5 more likes. Thanks for staying here even though I threw a fit. Had to get that off my chest. Okay? I like the very last thing Brock said, because we're not selling drugs. I want you guys to remember that. I'm selling medicine and service and teaching people. Spend a lot of time online explaining, talking, explaining, working it through, sending info. That's what we try to do. Okay? And I don't mean to be a little baby. I flared. I didn't flare at any single person, thank goodness. I think I'm flaring at the system. Okay? So that's me either, Red Boy. I don't do drugs. Okay. Renea, this is her first live stream and she has to listen to this. Would you guys give Renea a couple of your donuts, please? Just remember that, you guys. It kind of needs to be said once in a while, okay? And so the truth is, I like to give stuff away. I like it. It builds my character. It builds me. But when it starts to become like, because I'm giving things away or because I'm trying to treat people great, they're dragging me, they're coming and dragging, I don't want that. Don't do that part. Let's keep everybody going this way. Okay? All right. Matt Leonard, I'd like you to do me a favor. I'd like you to write me a list of anything that you have never received from me, and I'm going to send it to you immediately. I don't have anything here with your name or number on it. I've obviously made a mistake somewhere. Please send me a list on my phone guide to you. I'm not being rude at all. When I don't know a mistake I've made, I just ask somebody, please send me a list of whatever it is that I have failed to send to you, and I will send it immediately. I promise that's what we do. And if we've made a mistake, I just need to know what the list is. Boop, we'll send it. I promise. It's simple. Okay. That's it. It can't be a burden. If it becomes a burden, I don't want to go down that street. Okay, so now let's do a giveaway. Whoever gets this giveaway, do your best. Do your best, guys. Leonard, Matt, please. This all started with us talking about something you're missing. Now, if you don't tell me what you're missing, you're kind of not serving the whole process. So please let me know what you are missing, and I will feel so much better. So will you. Okay? Let's do it. All right? In the meantime, let's do a quick giveaway. Let's get back on the game. And then please, please, please understand that this doesn't happen all the time. And maybe it's just a post 9/11. I'm going to blame it on 9/11. Okay? I'm going to blame it on 9/11. Okay. Let's do a what am I? Let's do a what am I? Okay? Matt, I can't read your scrolls. I want to move on from this subject from everybody. Please email me. Matt, I'd like you to email me and we'll figure it out, I promise. And anybody else, please send me it. This isn't personal at all. I don't take it personal. I mean it. It's business. And it's not a profit business, I want you guys to know. Anybody out there thinking Pops is making millions of dollars at this? Pops is setting things up so 2 years from now, I'll have a retail store and I'll hire 20 of you. Do you realize that's my goal? I'm not making money. I'm setting things up to one of these days, we all do it together. That's what we're doing. What am I? I'd hire almost every single one of you right here. I mean it. Just knowing you from here. And then we find out. Then we find out. Let's do a what am I? I contributed to research that led to over 30 Nobel Prize winners. I contributed to research that led to over 30 Nobel Prize winners. Oh, girls. The thing is, you give a guy a shot, a girl a shot, they work out, everybody loves it. And most people work hard. I contributed to research. It's a what am I? I'm bacteria, I'm a CERN, I'm a vacuum tube. That's a good guess. I'm POPs, I'm Lantus, I'm an antibiotic. I'm POPs, I'm not. I wish, one of these days I'm gonna get a Nobel Peace Prize for shrooms. I'm a microscope. That's a good answer, Slingy. I'm mold, I'm a petri dish. How's this one? I am by far the most dangerous mammal in history. Most dangerous mammal in history, and I contributed to over 30 Nobel Peace Prizes. What am I? What am I? I'm a pencil. I'm a psychology machine. Big J, starting off the week right. Big J, he's a rat. He's a rat. Big J, very smart. Kimberly's close, she's bringing in mice. Listen to this. My males are called bucks, and my females are called does. I did not know that. Did you know that mice are the same thing as deer? I've contributed to the health and well-being of humans more than any other animal. Laboratory research. I may be the most sustainable way to feed the world. I am already a staple food in parts of Asia. I'd have to be dying to eat a rat. I cost the US economy billions of dollars per year. I contributed to research that led to over 30 Nobel Peace Prizes. I'm a rat. Big J, we're getting you some red pills. We're getting you some red pills. Okay? Pops, what are those? Well, we're going to give you these too. These came from this. Boop, 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 boop. Right? So we got a Pops 10 pack in there for you. What are the red ones? Hold on 1 second. I'll show you. Just when you think Pops is like come up with something new, just when you think Pops is setting the bar higher than ever, just when you think, you find out he's a big phony baloney. It looks cool in the bag. They look cool in the bag, so I just said, you know what? I'm a big phony baloney. Okay? They look just like they're perfect. They're not freeze dried either, no. I put those in this morning. I go, this is out of line. You don't do that. Yes, you do, Pop. If you're Pops, you do it. Okay? No. That's what you're getting, Big J. And let's give you a cap. Let's give you a nice cap in there, too. Who does that? Next time I'm putting good and plenties in there, but it would have been really obvious. Okay? Big J, you're going to love your hot tamales. Okay? And no, they're not infused. Okay? Big J, I'm going to put something else in here for one of your kids. I love your kids. I'm going to throw a little something in there because I like your kids. Okay? And you know what to do. Will you please send me your address? Okay, I love hot tamales. I don't chew on them. I just take a mouthful, 4 or 5 at a time, and then I just suck on them. I suck that hot stuff off till they're like these little gelatin balls. And then you're like, okay, I'm done. I just like the hot stuff off of them. You know what I used to like? Oh, that reminds me. You don't see it anymore. I used to get them off of the ice cream truck. Cinnamon toothpicks. Do you remember that? Trippy, have a good day. And by the way, you asked me on a message, did I need your address? No, your box went out Saturday. Yeah, big red gum too, but do you remember cinnamon toothpicks? DJ can make those. I loved those cinnamon toothpicks. How do you make them? Really? You can make a Cinestick? They had milk. I loved a cinnamon. Stick it in the side of your mouth. Now you're all cool, like I'm a cowboy, but I got some. Man, I used to stop the ice cream man so I could get. They still sell them. Somebody send me a cinnamon. Somebody send Pops a cinnamon toothpick. If they sell them in one of your candy stores in your area, send them to me. And if I get them from you, I'll send you something. We'll trade. Okay? If you pop some cinnamon toothpicks at me, I'll send you something. Okay? Deal. I want a cinnamon toothpick. I'm going to just sit right here and go, hey, man. Or maybe like, as you're working at the grow house. Hey, you guys understand we have a grow house, right? It's a completely different place. Trying to minimize the risk. So, and we do it all, in all the transactions, we do everything we can to blind the transactions. But there's quite a cost. I was even literally thinking about that this morning, way before I threw a fit here this morning. I was thinking, the overhead. I was calculating some of my overheads, and I'm like, we're doing good. We're doing good. And we're going to start working on that retail stuff. All we have to wait for right now, and we don't really wait for it, we're advocates here. We're out there doing some of the work ourselves, is legalizing. And we're already decriminalized in 3 of our counties here. And there's legislation at the state level right now to legalize, just like Oregon, for all therapeutic uses. So we are just blessed that we happen to be in an amazing state that's well on its way towards understanding that we deal with medicines, not drugs. So I'm going to take a deep breath. After this morning, Pops needs to take a deep breath. Okay? But this is good. I'm going to read out of this book here. Okay? And I'm reading it to myself. But I'm reading it to all of us. Okay? This is the book called The Way to Love, and it's the last meditations of Anthony DeMello. And Anthony DeMello was, he was both a Christian and a Buddhist at the same time. And let's just say he transcended religion. That's why I like him so much. Okay? That's why I like him so much. Exception, I like what you just said about decrim, but because legislation, legalizing, it's going to bring a lot of legislation, etc. You can't really work at the retail level until it does get legal. Decrim's just keeping them from knocking on the mush lab door. So, and that's, thank goodness for that, right? So this is called, this reading, it's 2.5 pages long, so I'm going to be reading for a minute. But hang in here, okay? Give me 10 people would like me to read this. I would have spent a little more time this morning on mycology, but I spent it on postology. Mailbox postology. Okay? I'm thinking about it, Austin. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4 reads, 5 reads. Chris is in. Slingy's in. Kimberly, of course. So there's a scripture. We're not doing Bible at all, but you've heard this scripture before. You've heard this. Let's call it a moral tenet. You've heard this moral tenet before. And it's easily misunderstood. And if anyone would sue you and take your coat, let him have your cloak as well. And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. That's out of Matthew 5. If you take a look at the way you have been put together and the way you function, you will find that inside your head there is a whole program, a set of demands about how the world should be, how you should be, and what you should want. Who is responsible for the programming? Not you. It isn't really you who decided even such basics as your wants and desires and so-called needs, your values, your tastes, and your attitudes. It was your parents, your society, your culture, your religion, and your past experiences who fed the operating instructions into your computer. This is so incredibly important that you understand that. We talk about it in this other book. It's called, he's calling it domestication and programming, and he's comparing it to programming a computer. It is so incredibly important to realize that you're just a programmed computer. All of this stuff that goes on in there, you didn't choose it originally. We're choosing it now. We're choosing to replace some of that stuff with the new stuff, but that isn't, and as we're doing it, we're having to replace right over bad programming. However old you are or wherever you go, your computer goes along with you. And it's active and operating at every conscious moment of the day, imperiously insisting that its demands be met by life and by other people and by you. If the demands are met, the computer allows you to be happy and peaceful. If they are not met, even though it be through no fault of your own, the computer generates negative emotions that cause you to suffer. For instance, when people don't live up to your computer's expectations, I love that. Didn't say your expectations. Your computer's expectations. You got to remember that. This is junk that was computed into me, and now I'm making expectations with it. When people don't live up to your computer's expectations, it torments you with frustration or anger or bitterness. Happened this morning. My computer expected you to be more patient. And so I responded with bitter angerness and frustration. Till I took a walk. Let Brock take a second. Stop being a jerk. Get out of that old program. Another instance, when things are not under your control or the future is uncertain, postman. When things are not under your control or future is uncertain, your computer insists that you experience anxiety, tension, and worry. Then you expend a lot of energy coping with these negative emotions. And you generally cope by expending more energy trying to rearrange the world around you so that the demands of your computer will be met. If that happens, you will be granted a measure of precarious peace. Precarious because at any moment, some trifle, a delayed train, a tape recorder that doesn't work, a letter that doesn't arrive, anything is going to be out of conformity with your computer's program, and the computer will insist that you start becoming upset again. And so you live a pathetic existence constantly at the mercy of things and people, trying desperately to make them conform to your computer's demands so that you can enjoy the only peace you can ever know, a temporary respite from negative emotions courtesy of your program. Man, are we wacky. Is there a way out? Yes. You're not going to be able to change your programming all that quickly. And some of it perhaps never. But you don't even need to try. Try this. Imagine you're in a situation or with a person that you find unpleasant and that you would ordinarily avoid. Now observe how your computer instinctively becomes active, insisting that you would avoid this situation or try to change it. And if you stay on there and refuse to change the situation, observe how the computer insists that you experience irritation and anxiety or even guilt for this negative emotion. Now, by the way, this is an exercise you should do. Now, keep looking at this unpleasant situation or person until you realize that it isn't them causing the emotion. They're just going about their way, being themselves, doing their thing, whether right or wrong, good or bad. It is your computer that, thanks to your programming, insists on your reacting with negative emotions. You will see this better if you realize that someone with a different programming than yours, when faced with this same situation or person or event, would react quite calmly, even happily. Don't stop till you have grasped this truth. The only reason why you're not reacting calmly and happily is your computer that is stubbornly insisting that reality be reshaped to conform to your programming. Observe all this from the outside, so to speak, and watch this marvelous change that was going to come over you. Just one more page. This is really good. This is really good. Just know that you're a programmed thing. Observe that program. I'm in the middle of my program this morning and I had to take a break, come back. Observe what you're doing, Pops. You're flailing over something you don't have a lot of control over. Once you have understood this truth and thereby stopped your computer from generating negative emotions, I promise that's exactly what happened to me this morning. I was like, stop generating these negative emotions. Once you do that, you may take any action that you deem fit. Now you may avoid the situation or the person, or you may try to change them, or you may insist on your rights or the rights of others being respected. You may even resort to the use of force, but only after you have got rid of your emotional upsets, for then your action will spring from peace and love, not from the neurotic desire to appease your computer or to conform to its programming. Then you will understand how profound is the wisdom of the words. If a man wants to sue you for your shirt, let him have your coat. If a man in authority makes you go 1 mile, go with him 2. For it will become evident to you that the real oppression comes not from the people who fight you in court or from authority that subjects you to slave labor, but from the computer whose programming destroys your peace of mind the moment outside circumstances fail to conform to its demands. You know, people have been known to be happy even in oppressive atmosphere of a concentration camp. It is from the oppression of your own programming that you need to be liberated. Only then will you experience that inner freedom from which alone all social revolution will arise, for the powerful emotion, the passion that arises in your heart at the sight of social evils and would impel you to action. That's where the love has its origin in reality. Not in your programming or in your ego. Anthony DeMello. As I'm reading, I'm teaching myself. As I'm reading, I'm teaching myself. I'm like, it's so, what's the right word for it? It's so okay. It's so okay to sit here right in front of my friends and go through some of the things that I go through. The laughter, the crying, you guys have seen me cry here. And then even the frustration this morning. I can tell you that a 30-year-old Pops just getting into rehab would have let that frustration cause him to go do 3 lines of cocaine. Flail out, lash, do something out of line. We got to keep learning. Man, I can do frustration and I can be done. Only 3 lines, just keep. Hey, now I can get in and out of frustration in about 3 minutes. 4. Maybe 5. Maybe it could be 2 if JC was around with one of his BBs. If JC was around with one of his BBs, I'd get out of that frustration situation much quicker. But walk through that situation with me and just observe what happened. Notice it. That's good, Matthew. That's good. Notice it, stop it, and redirect it. Let's do a giveaway. I'm never going to stop giving stuff away just because I get frustrated. And you guys are never going to stop taking, you guys don't ever stop being my friend. Give me 10 people that said, Pops, I'm never going to stop being your friend. Go on, give it to me. I just told 70 people I'm never going to stop being theirs. Give me 10 people, I'm never going to stop being your friend. There we go. I love you too. Way to go, nerd. The poll for Pops. If every one of us, don't ever stop being each other's friends. Watch this. Oh, I don't want to get undressed, but I'm wearing a Mountain Mush Fest shirt. I can't wait to see you guys at Pops at Mountain Mush Fest. Thanks for walking through things with me. Seeing, gosh darn it, everybody's can learn. Here we go. Who am I? Who am I? I won 3rd prize in a look-alike contest about me, and it's not Pops. You can't get rid of us now, silly. I don't want to. I won 3rd place in a look-alike contest about me. Elvis, that's a great answer. Thank you, Marcy. So are you. Britney Spears, Elvis, Jack Nicholson, Elvis. Chris got it. Chris got it. Chris. Right behind him was Lakita. I never knew that Charlie Chaplin, if the answer is Charlie Chaplin, all of you guys know this one. I thought I was going to ask a tough one. I was once said to be the most famous person in the history of the earth. You know, back when there was movies just starting, he was the most famous person in the history of the earth. I was banned from the US for my politics. I was one of the greatest actors and directors ever. My body was dug up and stolen to extort money. I was married 4 times, 3 times to teenagers. This guy had a pretty extraordinary life, didn't he? And I won 3rd prize in a lookalike contest about me. Charlie Chaplin. Chris, I hope you like hot tamales. Thank you, the I hope you like hot tamales. And you're also going to get a pop pack. Okay? I think Chris is new. And then we're going to give you these caps. Now remember, this is Monday. We're going to grow these boxes as the week goes by. But this is a beautiful Thrasher cap. Congratulations, Chris. Chris, give me your address to fungi2u.com. There's a new contacts section over there. Hit that, send me an email with your address on it, and we'll get this mailed out to you. I'll send you tracking. Listen now. I'm going to send you tracking, and it'll be absolutely worthless. Okay? So I'm going to send you tracking, Chris. The package will go out between noon and 2. And they'll take the package and they're going to throw it in the truck, and they're just going to send it to you. All right? It's the way they do it. Okay. It's the one mailbox. It's the one post office here too. If I go to another post office, they 90% of the time they do scan them, but it's this one. And they're just like, they see me every day. They're like, here comes Mr. 30 package guy again. Here comes Mr. 22 package guy. Here comes 18 package. Just sweep them into the truck. And even though I've asked the guys not to do it that way, they continue to. I don't know of any cats. Okay, I'm killing them, Mossy. They're like through with it. You know, and there used to be a lady over there that, excuse me, that liked Pops. They transferred her to another post office. Okay, so I don't have as many friends over there anymore. Okay, thank you, Terry. I'm your buddy forever. Sincerely, Terry. I can't wait to see you. Cats. Did you guys, the other day, a cat followed Brock home. I showed a picture of him on the front porch, and we posted it on IG. I wanted that cat to stay here. I like cats, but I don't want to start out with one. You know what I mean? But I can't have one unless I start out with one, because Ruff isn't going to do a very good job of starting out with a full-grown cat. That won't. He's got to start out with a baby kitty. It's the cat that tried to mug Brock, Jesus, exactly. And it was all see the lucky cat. But he didn't stick around. I was hoping he'd stick around. I like cats. I like their independence. Those son of a guns, they're like, they'll use you and abuse, and they'll take anything they want from you, and they'll say, thanks, I'm out. They're awesome. The exact opposite of a dog. Okay? Cat Daddy Pops. That's funny. Sai, hello, good morning, good morning, good morning. Cats. So Captain Jeff and I fish a lot. Oh, by the way, yes, Exception sent me a picture of a cute little Bengal kitty. If I was taking a kitty cat right now, I would take one of those. Soft, you have a nice day. You guys know Captain and I fish. Kevin, the 3 of us go fishing. Every once in a while, you see a guy out there, not more often. You'll see a guy has out there on his boat, or there's a guy or two, and there's a fishing dog. Not a fishing dog, but like a golden retriever, or a water dog, or, a hunting dog. These guys here in Michigan, they like their hunting dogs. So Pops is getting a fishing cat. I'm going to get a fishing cat from India. I'm going to have one specially mailed in, if I can trust the post office. Fishing cat. Did you know there was such a thing? Most cats don't like water, with the exception of the fishing cat, which is found in India. The main part of the fishing cat's diet is made of fish. So they are experts in swimming and diving, as well as scooping them out with their paws. Are you kidding me? A swimming, diving kitty cat that can then help us make LC? I'm in. We bring it out with us fishing, drop it in the water, go get one of those walleye for us, LC. A fishing cat. How many gallons of water can an elephant store in its trunk? That's not a contest, just a quick question. We have one more giveaway. You guys, would Pops have the coolest cat in town? We have 5, and we have 10, we have 50 gallons. Big J, that's a big trunk. That's a big trunk. Kimberly says 4 gallons. Terry's putting this thing like, geez. The answer, elephants can hold and store on average a gallon of water in their trunk. That disappointed me. Beth on 77, I would have said 77 too. 1? Come on, elephant head. You can do more than 1. There's, 4 liters. I'm disappointed, elephant. I like Big J's and Terry's elephant better. I'm going to do one more. Rando. These are rando factos we haven't done in a long time. Gary knows how much coke could he have, though? And is he frustrated? If that elephant's frustrated, get him a couple of kilograms. Oh, that's funny. I'm going to do one more rando. Okay? That was funny. Oh, gosh. I'm glad I'm laughing instead of yelling at you guys. Okay? It's a much better way to end the show. Start out yelling at them and laughing with them. Exception, they wouldn't even need a straw. You're right. They don't even need a straw. They could just go straight. What was that? Gangster. What was the name of the gangster movie? Where Al Pacino... Come on, man. Help me out. Where Al Pacino lays his head in the whole thing. What's the name of that movie? I'm drawing a blank. It's not Casino. Scarface! Of course, it's Scarface. That scene, say hello to my little friend. That movie was the scariest scene, one of the scariest scenes in a movie ever was the bathroom scene. When they have the guy in the bathroom with the, and they put in the shower curtain. Oh, I was like, no. I'm like watching it like this. Like I was, oh my God, that scene scared me to death. It was like the chainsaw part. Oh, that was the worst. I'm on top of the world, Mom. And then that guy was absolutely I'm getting all excited. I want to go watch the movie again. No, Pops, get out of there. Let's do one more. That's all because we were talking about how much cocaine could an elephant snort. Not as much as Al Pacino. No. What was his character's name on there? It wasn't Michael Corleone. What was his name? The character on Scarface. That's it. Tony Montana. The Nat, you're right. Okay, you guys are helping me out a lot this morning. Tony Montana. Antonio. Stop it, Pops. Now I'm going to run long because I'm talking about rando stuff. Okay? In 2014, a study done by scientists at the University of Wyoming in Laramie revealed that bumblebees can fly higher than Mount Everest. First of all, bees are the coolest things ever. Bee can fly higher than Mount Everest. The bees were placed in a plexiglass flight chamber, and the air was pulled out of the chamber by using a hand pump to create the reduced air pressures that the bees would face at high altitudes. Wait for it. The plexiglass broke before the bumblebees stopped flying. They broke the plexiglass. Okay, we're free now. That's holy shiza. They're like, is that crazy? I'll tell you another thing tomorrow about bees, what NASA scientists found out about bees. The NASA scientists studied them. They're cooler than astronauts. And now they're flying around Mount Everest and breaking plexiglass. That's bee nature. In my opinion, that is bee nature. There's a part of me, it's a true story, I want a couple of beehives. I would love a couple of beehives. I don't know if they'd let them have us in this kind of a residence, but I would love a beehive. I don't know, it's something new. Maybe in the last 5 years, I've decided I just want a beehive. I want to go through the whole process of bee nature. You guys, let's do a final giveaway. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for being my friend. Thanks for observing and growing with me. Since we're talking about astronauts, countries, top 10. Thank you, Nat. Top 10 countries with most spaceflight experience. USSR is number one. They have spent 3,800 days in space. I didn't pick Russia. Most spaceflight, days in space from their astronauts, cosmonauts, whatever they call them. Germany, India, China, Russia, Germany, Canada, Russia, China, Japan, Italy. You guys, none of these are correct. I picked the number 10 off the list because it freaked me out. I can't believe that this country actually had people in space. France, Britain, India, Canada, Spain. Britain, I'm going to give you a clue. It starts with an A. It's not Argentina, Joe, but it starts with an A. Japan, China, USA, Greece, France, Japan, Canada, France, Britain, starts with an A, and you would never have expected it. Mexico, Turkey, Ukraine, Canada, France, Ukraine, Switzerland, US, Sao Paulo, Belarus, Iceland, Ukraine. Starts with an A. Iran, Sweden, Australia is not correct. India, Argentina, no. Iraq, India, Angola, no. North Korea, Amsterdam, Angola, no. MVP is correct. Afghanistan, MVP. Afghanistan has spent 8 days in total in space. Afghanistan, what are you doing in space, dude? USSR number 1, US number 2, Russia number 3, France number 4, Germany number 5, Canada number 6, Japan number 7, Bulgaria number 8, Belgium number 9. It's only spent 8 days, but it has more hours. And Afghanistan, 8 days, 20 hours. Afghanistan, MVP. Congratulations. Let's get this box out to you. Enjoy your hot tamales. Enjoy your Pops pack. I know, DJ, I would have never said Afghanistan. If I didn't give you guys the A, you would have been guessing for the rest of your life. Okay? Go research. And give you some caps. Let's get some caps in that box. Okay? Super Tramp's like, I spent my whole life in space. What are you talking about? Pops wants to send some of you to space, but a good space. MVP, you know what to do. Fungi2u.com. Boop. Final thing, I'm going to give you guys a quick commercial. A quick commercial. You fruity fruiters, you fruity fruiters that, hey, a special weekend's coming up and I need some extra fruit. See this stuff right here? See that? Big boys. Pops has a few bags of big boys. They're not little. They're testing out strong as can be. They're not little. They're big. So expect big, but because they're big, they're on sale. It's a Yeti. Because they're big, they're on sale. Hit me up on fungi2u.com and ask me, what's that amazing price? Shh, I don't usually do that, but there's stuff here that needs to get out to you guys. Okay? So you guys, Daniel, we do a chemical analysis test, but go back and look back on some of our posts and you'll see, we actually did it live here about 3 weeks ago, showed you guys how we do the tests. Okay? You guys go have a beautiful day. Be patient with the post office. And be patient with Pops. Have a great day, you guys. Overjoyed and Big J and Bethy and Overjoyed and Higgs and Free the Ancient One. There you are, for all of you, man. MVP and Daniel and Disky. Disky, get me an address. DJ, Beth, Jesus Christ, Mozzie, Daniel, Spoonie Smasher, Beth, Sandy Sandman. There you go. I understand that, Sandy. Shuffle-Nuffle-Nuffle-Nuffle-Nufflegus. Chris Bastian, nice to see you. Carrion and I Lost. And Rebel Rob and Whiskey. And Sherry and Poncho. Hello, Ponch. And Spoonie Smashing DJ and Hags. Have a great day. And Nerd Nature and Lakita and Big J, you're handsome. And Salmon, I love you. Have a great day. Keep doing what you're doing. Sling Blade and Red Boy the Mexican. Red Boy, get me your address. Rick Small, April, Beth, Sling Blade, Penny Pack, Overjoyed, Jesus Christ, Free the Ancient One, Green Table, Big Al, MVP, Jesus Christ, Silly Gal, Savage. Good morning, Kimberly. Love your postman, especially if he's Garth. Laddie, Randy, and Caitlin, have a great day. Laura, you're divine. Zane, I love that name. RX and Free and DJ and Big Al and Disky and Natty and Joe Dubiel and Frantic Crypto and Leonard Oaks and Shasta and Lad Rand and Spoonie Smash and Theodore. Like that. McDirty, DJ, Pops, peace, love. Observe your frustrations and work through them quickly, okay? Let's be impeccable and be kind. Pops out. Have a great day, you guys. Same mush time, same mush channel here tomorrow. See ya.